Hello. Right, I know I'm late, but I thought I'd do a video. What are we on? Kate's Back to Basics, day 6 today, so it's weigh-in tomorrow. I've done a couple of videos, but I thought I'd do a video today of tips and tricks that I use to keep me on plan. Now, once I'm on plan, I don't know about you, but once I'm on plan, I'm on it, I'm good to go. I don't really need anything to help me. Once I've had a break, like Christmas or something like that, and you're going back onto plan, that's when it can get a bit tricky again. It's just like a restart, really. So for any newbies that are starting it, or people that are restarting, these are just different tips and tricks that I use, and a lot of other people use on the pages, because I've learnt them from everybody else on plan. So the first one, I've got everything kind of stacked on here. It's all a bit of a mess, sorry. But right, the first one I'll show is my jellies. Now, I use Hartley's jellies. Hartley's sugar-free. It's a sachet you mix with boiling water and you make jelly. What I do is that I use half the amount of water or a little bit less, experiment yourself. And I make it into jelly. And I put it in, I don't know if you can see here, you can tell how many takeaways I used to have, in an old takeaway container just at the bottom. So it sets like that, you see, in the bottom. And then what I do is I cut it up, once it's set, obviously, and I end up, can you see, little cubes like that. So if I ever get really, really desperate, or for pudding or anything, you can go to the fridge, get a little treat out. As you can see, it's a little cube, and you can eat them. Excuse me, they're actually addictive. So little calories and carbs in them. Just spat a bit of jelly out as well. Sorry. So little calories and carbs in them that I've used it all through my journey. Again, these are all my own ideas. You know, it's not what you have to do. It's just things that I use, and it helps me. So if you want to try them, if you want to use them, see if they help for yourself, then please do. But as you can see, I will show you here, it's quite easy once it's set, because people buy all the different molds and everything. You can, but I've never done that. What I do, I don't know if you can see, you just draw it down like that, nice and quick, see? And then you go across like that, again, nice and quick. And then you literally just put a spoon behind it and drag it, and all the little cubes fall out. Can you see? And that's what you can fill your pot up with. So that's one of the things that I do use as one of my tips and tricks to keep me on plan, which is good. Again, I'll have a couple of them if I'm feeling hungry, like I know you do, you can feel hungry and you think, oh my goodness, and to stop you falling completely off plan, and you do find yourself going to that fridge, you've got a little pot in there, I keep a lid on it, that you can think, oh, do you know what, just a couple of them, just to get me through to my next pack, or to get me through to my drink or something, to take the edge off, and it will just stop you completely falling off the wagon, setting fire to it and pushing it in a field. You'll have a couple of them, it's sorted you out, back on plan. So it's better of the two evils. And again, so little calories and carbs, it's really negligible, and a lot of people use them. Another thing, obviously, I have started these recently and I think they're amazing, is the Slender Slips. Slender Sips. I keep calling them Slender Slips. Slender Sips. Now these, again, you make them up with water. There are so little calories in them. They're low sugar, high fibre, fat-free. Have a drink of it. I mean, they say here, have them before each meal. It's up to you. I normally have one a day, then it lasts me longer as well, actually. And I have it when I'm feeling my most hungry. So if I know that I've got a little while before my dinner, I'll have one of them. It'll fill me up, because it kind of goes a bit kind of gloopy. They're really tasty, actually. And it just fills you up. It takes that edge off. So again, that is a brilliant thing to try, and it does help. Now, stock cubes, okay? Any brand you can get. But these are chicken stock cubes. You can get any flavour, obviously, and I've used all flavours. So I sometimes get the low salt, but you're not having enough of them, really, to make any huge amounts of difference. But I have, when I started Exante, I got told this trick, and I still do it now on a restart, or sometimes if I'm just feeling like one, because I actually quite like them. You get a stock cube, break it in half, and you can have 2 warm drinks out of that. So it's like 2 warm Bovrils, 2 warm OXO drinks, beef, chicken. I like the chicken. It kind of comes out like a thin chicken soup, like a chicken noodle soup without the noodles. It's really tasty actually, and it can really help take the edge off. And I found that when you have those early days when you're first starting the plan and you can get a few headaches, it can help with that. So that is a good thing to try as well. So it's always good to have in your cupboard, and I've always got them in. And it kind of feels like you're having a little soup or something, a little treat. Teas. Now, I drink teas and coffees all through the day. I'm mainly a coffee lover, to be honest with you. I do have sweetener in mine. I have black coffee and I have sweetener. And then in the evening, I use my allowance of milk, 100 mils of milk. I mean, sometimes I'll have more milk if I've done more exercise or something that day. As long as you're not drinking gallons of it, it's never really hurt me, to be honest with you. So yes, I'll have coffee with my sweetener. I use Sweetex, but obviously other people use other brands as well. But I do use Sweetex, I like that. But I like my flavoured coffees as well. And there's lots of different flavours of coffees to have. And I've got a stash in. I've got the Beanies flavoured coffee. That's an Irish cream one. You can get lots of different flavours in the Beanies. I've got the big jars, gingerbread, and I've got the little treats as well. You can get them online. You can get them on the Exante page. You can actually find these in Home Bargains, the little sachets. And you can find the Beanies jars as well sometimes too, if you're lucky and you have a look. So they're good. Tea. Now, I love tea. I drink all tea. Again, I normally have it black, and then in the evening I have my milk. But I like the Yorkshire tea. They've got the biscuit tea. There was a big craze about it last year. So you've got the biscuit flavour tea. You've got the nighttime drink tea, which is kind of like, it's quite nice actually, but I prefer the biscuit. But my favourite lately is the toast and jam, Yorkshire tea toast and jam. It is really nice. It does what it says on the tin. It tastes of toast and jam. And again, because it's sweet, it's tasty, you think you're having a treat, it can stop you falling off plan, because it's all it takes, just something little to stop you completely going off and falling flat face into something you shouldn't. Just to think, oh, do you know what? That was a treat, but don't do anything now. And that can work. Coffees, lots of different coffees out there. This is from the Skinny Food Company. That's their flavoured coffees. They've got a lot of different ones in there. I have a few of these in as well, because you're probably thinking, my goodness, she's got a lot in. But I've been on the plan a long time now, and my husband's joined me recently. And it just, you've got a bit of a variation in. It can help you, because sometimes you know what it's like. You can think, oh, I don't fancy that. But you've got something in, so you think, oh, I'll have that instead. It's all good to have a variation. And with the coffees, not only do I have the sweeteners, but sometimes, again, Skinny Food Company, lots of different flavours. They have the biscuit syrups, the coffee syrups. You can use them in anything, but I use these in the coffee syrups. Love them. Skinny syrups, Jordan Skinny syrup. My favourite one is the toffee. It's like a toffee hazelnut. It's like the one you get from that famous brand shop. Really nice. Again, I have this in my coffee. I think I've had one. And it's enough just to take the edge off. And I've always done it. Never hurt. Never hurt me. But it's always worth a try if you're thinking, you know, oh, do I need something? Again, just to completely make you, you know, so you don't completely fall off. Just something sometimes, just tips and tricks that can help. And obviously the Exante recently have got the flavour drops. Exactly the same. Put them in your coffee. Makes it taste nice. And it really, really does help. So it's things like that really that can help you. I also, early doors, I normally keep, I've said before, everyone can have a wobble, and I keep in the fridge, I keep like little bags of cooked chicken or lean ham, and I've weighed them out, so I know how many calories are in each one. A boiled egg. So if I'm really getting bad and I think, oh, it's too long to my next product or something like that, I know I've got calorie bags in the fridge, 50 calories or whatever I weighed them out to. So if I want to, and I'm doing the 3 products and 200 calories in the evening, I can factor it into my plan. I know how many calories I've had. So if I wanted to, and I've had that boiled egg or I've had that chicken, I can get to dinner time, and where I think I've got, oh, do you know what? I've got 200 calories. It's like, actually, I've got 150 calories really. Or I'll just take it as a win. I've had 50 extra calories that day, and I run around the house a bit more, do a bit more housework, just do something. Just to, again, it's for your own thingy really, to make yourself feel like you've had a good day, because you're still having under the calorie allowance anyway. You're still losing weight no matter what. So again, it can help. Now bars, I do sometimes chop my Exante bars up. I don't know if you can see here, I've got a couple, I've done them today. It was the day to do them today, to put them in my fridge. So you can see I have a couple of bars there. I chop them up into little pieces, various ones. So I know what's in there. I know that I get 12 pieces out of each bar. So again, if you're really desperate, I mean, I've done it before myself. I've gone past, I've taken a little square and I've had one. It means that, okay, bit of a naughty one, but as long as you don't sit there and eat the whole lot, because obviously it is calories, extra, if you've done exercise, it takes the edge off. But mainly what I do is that I have a jar, and I know that roughly 12 pieces out of this jar, again, you can't exactly do this one, but roughly, it's roughly 12 pieces out of the jar will be the equivalent to a whole bar. So you could have 12 pieces and it can be a mixture of bars. So if you're having a day where you're not really knowing what you want, or you're having a bit of a, you don't know, what bar you want to have, or you're about to watch telly and it's your meal pack time, but you're bored with it, have a mixture. Pick 12 bits out. You've roughly had one bar, but you've had like 4 bits of salted caramel, 4 bits of white chocolate and orange, and 4 bits of Stollen or whatever. Again, it can make you feel like you've had something. It can stop you completely going insane and falling off the wagon. It's just different tips and tricks really that can help. Excuse me. There is lots more. I've probably forgotten half of them, but I did promise today that I'd do a little thingy about tips and tricks. If any of them can help you falling off the wagon completely, then great. It's ones I use. There's probably lots more out there. You have to factor it in and see what works for you, obviously, because not everything will work for everyone, but they're the ones that I generally use every day, and they're the ones that keep me going. I don't have my first one in the mornings. I have my coffee, black coffee, my water, sometimes a Slender Slip or a Burst. The Burst, again, the Bursts are great things to have as a little drink as well. You'll see me have them often. I like them warm as well. Warm drinks can always help. I normally have all that in the morning. Lunchtime is normally my first packet. Now, that's not because I'm intentionally fasting or anything like that. It's because I've said before, my time of nibbling used to be in the evening, and that was my danger time. So what I do is I have my stuff up till, from lunchtime up to that. So I'll come home. I mean, today I came home and I had one of the new juiced shakes that are out with Exante. Gorgeous. And I'd already mixed it with a mousse mix, actually, so I had a mousse. So that was my lunch brunch today. Now I'm had another bar at about 3 o'clock, so that's my second product. I'm still due 2 products according to my 800 if I'm on my back to basics. So I can tonight have a product and 200 calorie meals, or I can have 2 products. I can do what I wish. But if I wanted to, I could have a product and I could sit there and have a little nibble of my thingies with my coffee in the evening. And again, I'm good to go. I'm done. I'm on plan and I haven't fallen off. And it's things like that. It's spotting your danger times and knowing when you need that extra potential little bit. But then you'll get through it, and then you'll get through it. I mean, I'm on day 6 today. I don't know how you're all doing, if you're on it with me or if you're on your own. But I went through the headache stage and everything else. I'm now back out the other side, feeling full of energy again. Not as hungry as I was, and I've got used to the plan again, so everything should be good. But all these tips and tricks can help, and I always keep them in the fridge in case I have to. My husband started it with me this week, so it's our first weigh-in tomorrow together. Me to get my excess that I put on over Christmas off. Hopefully, I think it is shifting. The water weight is shifting. Again, sorry, water. Make sure you're drinking your amount of water, because that helps with it as well, and that does help with the hunger. But with these tips and tricks, my husband's finding them, they're helping him as well. So they will help some people, and I hope they do. Again, I know that's all higgledy-piggledy. I'm really sorry. I've been in such a rush this week. I've got more time at the weekend to do some bits. I hope it's helped you. I hope it has. So any tips and tricks you can use to stop you falling off the wagon, it's always worth a go, because it's always better than completely falling off. And keep yourself busy. Lots of hot bubble baths, lots of reading, lots of things like that done, especially in the first week. And it can really help you. I hope it helps. If you've got any ideas of things you want me to do for videos, please let me know. And if you want me to do any lives, let me know if you listen to a live or something, if you're interested, and what time it would be good to do one of those. I'm all ears. And talk soon. Bye now.